This book is called The Real Thing by J.J. Murray. And the transitions from one place to the next throw me off, but have me really interested. Because, like, if you read the book, it really starts to go everywhere, but then it starts to condense itself and become easier to read. Tiana is a reporter who will do anything to get a story. She is the main character, and in her story, she has to write about a boxing legend called Dante. And Dante is this older guy who at first seems like a creep. I didn't like him. But his story is so much more deeper than what he puts on. After a while, they seem alike. She goes through, the different tasks that Dante puts on her so that he can see that she can outdo him. That was basically what it was. Dante gave her a task to do, and if she did those tasks, she would ask him a question and he would answer it. So that's how she was able to get her story. But Dante confuses me because, he seems like this strong, silent type, and he ends up opening up to her. Like, it more wasn't confusing, it was kind of like, it was really like slow to happen. And I liked it and, I loved it. But Dante ends up opening up to her, but not in the way that I hoped. Like, he's still like pining for his ex-wife from Tiana's point of view. From Tiana's point of view and my point of view, he wants to move on, but he can't seem to do that. But the thing is that Tiana wants him, but Dante is confusing the hell out of her. It's like Dante is subliminally making her fill Evelyn's shoes. Like, when you read the book, like, every page, like, you read it and you're like, wow, he is really trying really hard to make her fill Evelyn's shoes, but he wants his ex-wife, not Tiana. After a while, his eyes open up and he gets that story. The way the author used metaphors is a plus. He kept me curious and turned on. I was reading this book, and it's a urban erotic story, and it didn't have a lot of, like, love scenes, but, like, when they did have those scenes, Tiana and Dante were really hot. Like, it was one of those things where they didn't have to, make love in order for it to be a love scene. I was like, whoa, man, I wish I had something like that. But, the lust for each other is tested in, like, the best way. Like, it's not one of those books where, they, separate and then they come back together and they find out that they love each other. No, they lust after each other a whole lot. And love has its limits, but Tiana, like, really hits her towards the end because she knows that Dante wants her, but refuses to let his heart open up to her because of his ex-wife. And Tiana learns more about herself, and it takes her falling in love with Dante to realize it. It wasn't just the task. It wasn't just Dante. It wasn't just about the story that she was trying to get on him. It was her really learning more about herself than anything else. The twist in this, though, will have you smiling from Revelations because it was one of those books that I really love to read. It really was, and I think everyone should read this book. I gave this book 3 stars, and it's because it had everything that I liked in it. And if you don't know what it is, you should read the rest of my video blogs. So that was The Real Thing by J.J. Murray.